This is Plant-Based Briefing, the Lancet Commission 2025 Health, Sustainability, and Justice by Dr. Shireen Kassam at plantbasedhealthprofessionals.com. And I'm Marian Erickson. This is the curated content plant-based podcast where I narrate articles on plant-based and vegan living with permission in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. And I'm pleased to have permission from Plant-Based Health Professionals UK to share their content. And Dr. Shireen Kassam does a monthly newsletter summarizing the plant-based nutrition and lifestyle medicine news, and today's episode is an excerpt from the October 2025 newsletter. And if you haven't listened to yesterday's episode, it was also about the Eat Lancet report, about the original one from 2019. So you might want to check that out first and then come back here and listen to today's. So now let's get to today's plant-based briefing. The Eat Lancet Commission 2025 Health, Sustainability, and Justice by Dr. Shireen Kassam at plantbasedhealthprofessionals.com. The updated Eat Lancet Commission on Healthy, Sustainable, and Just Food Systems, published in 2025, marks a significant evolution in our understanding of how food connects health, the environment, and social justice. Since the first report in 2019, the world has faced multiple converging crises, including geopolitical instability, the COVID-19 pandemic, escalating climate impacts, and deepening inequalities. Yet despite these challenges, the message is more urgent and unequivocal than ever. Our global food system remains the single largest driver of environmental degradation and a fundamental determinant of human health and well-being. At the heart of this new analysis lies the Planetary Health Diet, or PHD, a pattern of eating that is predominantly plant-based, rich in whole grains, fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and seeds, and complemented by modest amounts of animal-sourced foods. The PHD obtains 87.7% of energy from plant-based foods, and meat, dairy, and eggs are not considered essential. Thus, a 100% plant-based or vegan diet is compatible with the PHD. The evidence supporting this way of eating has only strengthened over the past 6 years. Adopting a largely plant-based diet could prevent up to 15 million or 27% of premature deaths annually, while substantially reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, dementia, and unhealthy aging. The diet remains flexible and culturally acceptable, providing a framework within which regional food traditions can thrive. It supports adequate nutrition at all stages of life, including pregnancy and childhood, age 2 and above, with careful attention to key nutrients such as vitamin B12, iron, calcium, and iodine. Perhaps the most profound shift in this commission is the explicit integration of justice alongside health and sustainability. The 2025 report recognizes that our food systems are not only environmentally unsustainable, but also socially inequitable. Nearly half of the world's population lives below the social foundations required to meet basic human rights, such as access to food, clean environments, and decent work. Meanwhile, the diets of the wealthiest 30% of people are responsible for more than 70% of the environmental impact of global food production. The Commission calls for a transformation that is both nutritious and fair, ensuring that the benefits and burdens of food systems are shared equitably, and that those most affected by injustice, smallholder farmers, women, and marginalized communities, have a voice in shaping the solutions. Scientifically, the updated commission represents a step change. For the first time, researchers have quantified food's contribution to all 9 planetary boundaries, those thresholds that define the safe operating space for humanity. The findings are sobering. Food systems are the dominant cause of transgressing 5 of these boundaries, including land use, biodiversity loss, greenhouse gas emissions, freshwater depletion, and nitrogen and phosphorus pollution. Even with ambitious interventions, healthier diets, more efficient agriculture, and a 50% reduction in food waste, the world only just manages to return to safe limits for climate and freshwater use. The report also highlights the need for sustainable and ecological intensification, farming practices that restore soil health, enhance biodiversity, sequester carbon, and reduce dependence on synthetic fertilizers and pesticides. I am delighted to see that conservation agriculture, pioneered by my father, Dr. Amir Kassam, is endorsed in Panel 5 as the sustainable, ecological, and just solution to food production intensification, enabling food systems to operate within planetary boundaries. Conservation agriculture, see more linked here, does not require any inputs from farmed animals as the healthy soil and its components are self-sustaining without the need for animal grazing and manure. Biomass is incorporated directly into soils by soil biodiversity, particularly earthworms, and further processed by soil bacteria and fungi. Conservation agriculture also requires much reduced inputs of chemicals and fossil fuel than tillage-based agriculture, and it is entirely possible to practice within organic farming systems. You can read more about our vision for a sustainable plant-based farming system linked here. The transformation envisioned by the Commission will reshape how and what we eat. It implies a 33% reduction in ruminant meat production, alongside a 63% increase in the cultivation of fruits, vegetables, and nuts. This shift would create a food system that is less resource-intensive, less polluting, and better aligned with human health. Crucially, the authors stress that food must also be delicious, desirable, and culturally meaningful if such dietary changes are to be sustained. Where I think health and planetary priorities digress are with the continued recommendations for fish consumption. This would require increased fish production by up to 46% globally when current levels of production have been shown to be unsustainable and hugely unethical. I look forward to learning how the authors propose this will be achieved. Overall, this report strengthens the scientific and ethical case for plant-forward, minimally processed diets as the cornerstone of human and planetary health. It reminds us that our plates are powerful tools, not only for preventing disease and mitigating climate change, but also for advancing equity and compassion in a world that urgently needs both. You just listened to the Lancet Commission 2025 Health, Sustainability, and Justice by Dr. Shireen Kassam at plantbasedhealthprofessionals.com. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. I have done several other episodes talking about feeding the world and food inequality and injustice. Wherever you listen, if you use the search field and put in the terms justice or inequality or world hunger, those will come up. And I also recommend the documentaries They're Trying to Kill Us and Eating Our Way to Extinction. So check those out and please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.